Hey, what's up? It's Paul Farmer from DB Freedom Project. That's a coaching group here. We get step-by-step training, help you get massive results online. Okay, so what I'm going to be talking about today, this is training number 4, how to make big profit system sales for free. This is the 4th one. Before I get to that, though, I want to talk about a few things. So first of all, DB Freedom Project is where I'm going to be referring to get more in-depth training. You're just going to join the group and come down here to the big Start Here box, and you can plug into that training. It's right here. Just click the Continue Reading and go right there, okay? So I'm going to bring it over here. Now, Big Profit System, I just want to make this very, very clear. Big Profit System is considered a passive, high-ticket program. And the reason we consider it passive is because they provide you with advertising. They provide you with different types of marketing. There's postcard marketing done for you. You just select what you want and you go and purchase it. It has media buys. Again, you select how many you want, you go purchase it. And there's SMS. And you go select what you want and you go purchase it. So that's why it's called passive, because all you really have to do with this program is you just come into it and you purchase your advertising, and as you're consistent with your advertising, people will go through the funnel. We have professional sales closers, okay? So you have traffic that is proven to convert with buyer leads, okay? And then you have a high converting offer. You have a funnel that's completely done that goes to the professional sales closers where they close your sales for you. And literally the only job you have is lead generation. Now, I understand, from some of my teammates and other people that not everybody has a big marketing budget. Now, the other thing you need to understand is paid marketing, it takes a little bit of time to really get it going. You need to be consistent with it. So in the meantime, while you're waiting for your marketing to go out, while you're waiting for your marketing to kick in, right, and start bringing you sales, because that's what it will do in time. You just have to be consistent with it. I decided to put together a little training series that shows you how to do this thing for free. So you can start making high-ticket commissions, anywhere from $500 up to $10,000, depending on what level you're at, for free. For free. And you heard me right, for free. Okay, so we've covered a few things. We've covered video, the power of video. We've covered posting on Facebook. We've covered how to get friends. So you can go back and watch those videos. I'll put the links right below. But today we're going to go a little more in depth what to say to people, okay? So up until this point, I've been teaching you how to bring people to you, how to attract them to you, so you can just reach out to them, okay? This is not cold market. This is you're bringing people into your world, into your influence, so to speak, okay? So remember, if you didn't see the last video I talked about mindset. You need to have your mind right, especially when you're talking to people, because there's going to be people that don't understand what you're doing. They're not going to agree with it, and they're going to give you all kinds of objections, right? They may say stupid things that don't make any sense, but in their head it does. You just have to kind of understand that this is a process. This is something you have to do. So you have to get your mind right. You have to have the confidence. But here's where you can kind of tap into this, because with Big Profit System, you earn very big commissions. We're not talking $20. We're talking a minimum of $500 up to $10,000. So when you make a sale, it counts. It matters. You're going to get excited. It's like, I made a sale. Whereas if you're making only like $20, $50, and you make a sale, yes, you'll get excited, but then you're like, okay, well, I still need to make 100 more sales for it to do anything, right? With Big Profit System, it's one sale, and you're like, wow, that's awesome. That covers some bills, that takes care of some things, that gets me ahead. And if you could start doing this consistently, this really gets you ahead. Now you can scale your marketing. You have more paid marketing money. And it's the paid marketing, because in time, your paid marketing is going to kick in. And then along with the free that you're doing already, it's all going to just start snowballing. right? It's all going to become very easy, and you only have to do what I'm telling you to do today. This won't even be a factor, okay? But this is for people that just want to get the ball rolling fast, right? They want to get out of the gate fast. Or maybe you're someone that doesn't want to do paid marketing, you want to do it for free. I mean, there are people that just like to do that. So for me personally, time is very valuable. So I want to do more passive than active. This is called active marketing. But when you get to get to passive, you have to do the active marketing, okay? Unless you have a big marketing budget, okay? So we're going to be talking about connecting with people. I know this is a big fear of a lot of people. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to do it. They're afraid of getting rejected. Okay, so I just want to say this before we get started. People are not rejecting you. They are rejecting your offer, but they are not rejecting you. Okay, now the other thing you need to keep in mind is all we are doing is connecting with people, building a little rapport, and then seeing if they are open to our opportunity. That's it. There's nothing else, okay? So you're connecting, you're building rapport, you're seeing if they're open to the opportunity, okay? If they're not open, then we move on to the next person. We don't try to get them to be open. They're not open, okay? So the rest is taken care of by Big Profit System. So all you need to do is get them to that sales page or get them to your capture page and get them in the system, let the system take over. That's all you need to do, okay? So that's all we're doing here. It's a very simple process. So when your friends come in, you're going to reach out to them. And this is the first thing we're going to do. I'm just going to scroll down. See if we can find it here. Okay, so we're going to talk about something called FORM. Family, Occupation, Recreation Message. Okay, that's what it stands for. Now, when I first learned this, I was taught to go through all of them. So when I was going to talk to somebody, you had your family. So you would, oh, hey, I noticed you're married. How long have you been married for? Or how many kids do you have, right? Occupation, what do you do? Recreation, what do you do for fun? And message is your message, what you're going to bring them into, right? How you're going to share your opportunity. Now, when I first learned this, they told me to go through all of these, okay? And that might work great on the phone or one-on-one if you're a person. But if you're on Facebook, you have to understand that people are busy. They're running around. They're probably on their phone. They're probably doing something else. So they're probably not going to want to have a conversation for too long. So basically what you do is you pick one of these. This is what I do. You pick one of these and you roll. Okay, now I like to roll with occupation. This is where I like to lead. I don't bother with the family recreation message. Usually I don't. Sometimes, depending on what's going on, I will talk about family or, family could be where they live too. Okay, so you can say, hey, I noticed you're in New Jersey. Have you lived there long? How long have you been there for? How do you like New Jersey, right? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? I mean, you could get into all that stuff, but you're going to see as we go through this, I'm very direct. I get to the point quickly and I move on, okay? All I'm doing is I'm greeting, okay? I'm building a little rapport, and then I'm seeing if they're open or not. That's all I'm doing, okay? So we're going to go right into this. So these are people that, before I told you how to get friends, this is the message you're going to send to your friends or something similar. Remember, scripts are guidelines. That's all it is. It's just a guideline. It's not you need to copy it word for word and do it exactly as I say, because what you're going to find, and this is why it's a little tricky to teach this, every conversation is going to be different. Nothing's going to match the same. You can't just go plug something in. It's going to be different every time. But it's a guideline to keep you on track so you don't go off and try to talk a whole bunch. Okay, so a few more things to keep in mind. Okay, so when you're talking to a female, you want to say feel. How do you feel about that, right? Talking to a male, you want to say think. So females feel, males think. Okay, that's one thing you want to think about. Okay, or you want to do. Okay, you kind of want to mimic how they are typing, right? So if they're typing a lot, you can kind of type a lot too. Okay, if they're typing a little, if they're barely saying anything, that person probably not very interested. Okay, this gets a little more in depth, but really how you want it to be is you want to type less than them. If you're typing more than them, that's an issue. You're talking too much. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You want them to type more than you. So their message should be longer than your message if you're doing this correctly. Okay. So here we go. First message. I'm going to reach out to a new friend. I got a new friend doing the techniques I taught in the last video. And I'm going to say something like this. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay. This is just something. These are examples. Okay. Hey, name. How are you doing? How's it going? How's your day going? How's your day going so far? Anything like that. Okay. Thank you for adding requesting me as a friend. So I said adding because it could be an add or a request. You go reach out to them. What do you do? Okay. So that's all you do. That's it. So we go right to the occupation. What do you do? Now, if you don't want to do it that route, you could say, hey, I noticed you live in, like I said, New Jersey. If you live there long, you always want to end your response with a question. That's something you always want to do. You want to end it with a question. Now, here's some other options. So like if I look on their profile and I notice they're like a network marketer, I'm like, and they have it on their profile. It's obvious. I'm not going to go ask them what you do because that's going to look stupid. Hey, I noticed you're in company X. How long have you been with them for? Right? That's a good question to ask. So another one, like maybe you don't know what company they're in, but you can tell they're a network marketer or internet marketer. Hey, I noticed you're a network marketer or internet. How long have you been with them for? Right? Are you been doing that for? How long have you been doing online marketing for? So that's kind of the opening, right? How are you doing? Thanks for requesting me a friend. And then you add this next part. Okay, that's the beginning. And I'm going to tell you something. You start doing that, people are going to start coming back to you. And sometimes they ask you what you do right away. Now, if they ask you what you do right away, that's awesome because that just saves you a ton of time. Because what we're doing here is we're getting right to the point. Now, this works because, well, first of all, when I'm targeting people, like when I'm friending people, I'm looking for other business owners, right? I'm looking for people that would be open to my opportunity. A big profit system, I'm going to tell you something. If someone's in network marketing and they're not full-time yet, they're probably struggling, right? They're probably having a hard time. So you have something that they could probably benefit from because you make big commissions fast. So you can lean on that. You can use that, right? So you should be excited about that. You have a system that makes it very simple to go full-time. Not all network marketers are in it for money. Some are in it just for the product. I mean, it just depends, okay? But you have to keep all that in mind. So let's go to the next part. So again, if they say, what do you do? So they might come back and say, hey, thanks for, hey, I'm doing great. What about you? What do you do? This is what I'm going to skip to. I'm just going to skip all the way down. And I'm going to tell you a similar message I would use. Okay, you don't have to use this exact message. You could change this. But so if they ask me what I do right off the bat, I'm just going for it. What I'm doing is a passive high ticket program where basically everything is done for you. Lead generation, even sales are closed for you by professional phone closers. And then I'm just going to go to the closing client. What does this sound like something you would be open to learning about? Remember, we're connecting, building rapport, and we are seeing if they're open to the opportunity. So right off the bat, I can get to that question. Now, if they don't ask me what I do, then we have to go through a little dance, right? Now, typically, they're going to come back and say yes. Sometimes they'll say no. Sometimes they'll say, oh, no, my plate's too full. You can overcome objections. This is not what this video is about. I'm not going to go into that. If you want to know more about overcoming objections, go to DB Freedom Project here. I got some training in there about that, okay? But this is just about seeing if they're open, right? We need to get them to be open so we can share what we have with them, put it in front of them, let them go through the funnel and see if it's something they want or not. Okay, that's all we're doing. So that's that. We skip down. So if they ask you what you do, that's the message. You go all the way down here. You guys can copy this, make it your own, whatever. But you go all the way down here. Oops, I went too far. Boom. Okay, if they say yes, right here, send me your link. Okay, either to your sales page or your capture page, whatever you want to do. On Facebook, I typically send my sales page, or I give them an option. I send both. Hey, here's my capture page. If you want to see how the whole system works, go through this. You could also just go straight to the sales page. I give them an option. That's your choice. All right, so now we're going to go back up to the top. Okay, so here's the next question I ask. Okay, so what do you do? Okay, hey, Paul. Yeah, I'm in network marketing. Okay, and I'll be, oh, that's awesome. How long have you been doing network marketing for? Have you been able to go full time yet? Okay, so those are the couple questions I would ask. How long have you been doing it for? And then have you been able to go full time yet? Those are some of the questions I'd ask. I could rephrase it in many different ways. The reason I ask this question is it tells me right away where someone is in their business. If they're not full time yet, then they probably could use some help, right? So that's why I asked that question. Now, if you're a newbie and you ask that question, I don't know how well that would go over, because you may not know exactly how to answer that. Like, I can lead them to my training and get them in front of that. That's why it's important to have training, guys. That's why it's important to have value that you can offer to other people. That's like another lesson. But have you been able to go full time yet? And a lot of the time they're going to say no. And when they say no, I'm going to ask this question: when do you see yourself being able to go full time? Or I'm going to ask them, how are they primarily marketing their business? Now, I have two different reasons why I do this. When do you see yourself going full time makes them think about it, right? And I'm kind of getting them to set a goal. And sometimes they'll say, oh, well, not for a while. Sometimes they'll say right away. If they are full time, this is the question I always ask. If they're not full time, I'll ask this question too: how are you primarily marketing your business? The reason I ask this is because I want to know how they're marketing the business. I want to know what they know. I want to know what they're going through, what they're struggling with, right? The whole point is you're looking for a need to offer a solution. And if there's not a need, then there's no point to offer the solution, because there's no solution needed. So how are you primarily marketing your business? There's a lot of things you can do with this. So a lot of times a network marketer will say, well, I'm using Facebook. And then you go, oh, that's awesome. How are you going about using Facebook? Are you just doing chatting? Are you doing Facebook PPC? I mean, you get more specific, but that's a question you can ask, and that gives you an idea of where they're at in their business, and that will give you an idea if they have a need or not. Okay, so, and then, once you establish they have a need, I mean, this could drag on some more. We can keep asking questions, and then you just get back to the message. Okay, so now we're going to get to the message. Once you've established a need, I'm not saying necessarily there's a need here, but I would go into either something like this: if I could show you a way to create a full-time income in a few months without taking away from what you're currently doing, would you be open to doing it? Now, I'd ask that question if I know they're not full-time, and that's something they want to be. Okay, this is my favorite question: are you open to create more money in your business? Because if they are in a business, why wouldn't they want to create more money in their business? Why would you be in business if you don't want to create money in your business? So, I mean, that you can't really say no to that. If you say no to that, you have no business being in business, because business is making money. That's what business is for. You need to be profitable in your business. That's the reason you start a business. So who isn't going to want to create more money in their business? And the way I use that for big profit system is, well, you get high ticket commissions that you can use to use paid marketing for your business and blow your business up fast. Leverage your business. Or would you be open to another income stream if you didn't take away what you're currently doing? Okay, so those are just some questions. There's many different things you can do. But that's kind of the process. I just want to show you the process. And then you can either say this again, like if you didn't say this at the beginning, you say this, or you just go ahead and send their link if they're open. If they say they're open, you can just say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Here's my link. and you just send the link instead of saying, does this sound like something you'd be open? Because they already said they're open, so you don't have to say open again. But if they say, what do you do at the very beginning, then you would put this little part. Does this sound like something you'd be open to? You always want to say open, not interested, because interested, people want to be open to things, but when it comes to being interested, they can say no very easily. No, I'm not interested in that. But they don't like to say no to open. That's a tough one to say no to. So that's about all I got today. So it's a pretty simple process. Basically, once you get your friends, you go message your friend, you connect with your friend. Not everybody's going to come back to you and talk to you. And the people that don't come back and talk to me, I delete them. There's no reason to keep them around, okay? Now, the people I do, my whole goal is to get through as many people as I can to see if they're open, okay? I don't want to spend all day on one person. I want to go through as many as I can to see if they're open. And if they're open, they go through the funnel, they might be a buyer, right? They might become a teammate. And that's all it is. So anyway, I hope you got value from this. If you're not in Big Profit System, you're looking for a way to create a full-time income in a very short amount of time because of the high commissions and the system set up and everything, just click the link right below. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share. I appreciate it. I'm considering doing one more video, maybe a few more, I don't know, about how to make sales for free. What I've shared with you so far absolutely works, and I know you can get awesome results doing it. It's just a matter of doing it and getting better at it, doing it over and over and getting better at it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.